forbidden fruit. In many folk tales and myths, an immortal of some kind, trickster or not, gives humanity fire, or light into darkness. He is then punished either by having his eyes pecked out by woodpeckers, as in the indigenous folk tale about Coyote, or his liver is eaten every day for eternity, as in the case of Prometheus, the Greek myth. But in these, much like the fallen angel Lucifer, lies that they are punished, and rarely do we hear about their inevitable freedom from Mother Earth, Zeus, God, or their so-called eternal punishment. For the eons of suffering they endure, they had one more gift for mankind, and it was not industry or steel, fire or warfare. However tempting it was to free them with the same wrath as the creators, these beings, usually tricksters, tend to become one with the world. Being light bearers, they crawl on their bellies outside the garden, awaiting humanity's call. Today I have you meet face to face with the Fanghoul, Daniel. Satan, who was formerly Lucifer, showed the man in black robes, who had been recruited by Odin and the secret council of Kor. There before him, a serpent. She looked like an ordinary garden snake, but her eyes seemed less reptilian and almost human-like. Her posture was erect, but at peace, not wanting to strike the mortal man, and at last she spoke to Daniel.
Greetings, mortal. I have heard tell that you share a gift with us, and once you become more acquainted with our kind, you will learn that a small amount of immortals also share in this gift. The ability to remember past lives.
Satan elbowed Daniel as he said this to him.
We also heard that you can talk to lions.
The serpent was anticipating this, and Daniel managed to stutter some nonsense before saying, Yes. I woke up in a cave. The priests and high kings of Babylon questioned me for days and nights, and to escape a potential banishment, Odin found me in the village square disguised as a merchant. He introduced me to Thoth, Anansi, and Hermes, who make up the council you speak of. Daniel chose his words carefully and lifted his black hood to reveal a bruise above his left eye. Odin told me I was abducted by advanced creatures who come from foreign worlds.
Yes, mortal. You are not the only one. Yet only you survived their barbaric experimentations. The council has recruited you to solve this problem, and you and Lucifer,
the Fanghoul did not understand code names.
Satan, I mean. You two have us at your disposal. It was us who crafted the first souls of humanity. We have long retired our role in Kor, but any service we can be to you, as we know the immortals unwisely chose God to run the Department of Creations.
The Fanghoul looked over at Satan, who shrugged as if to deny any involvement in that decision, and awkwardly looked back at Daniel.
So you and Satan have devised a fail-safe?
Yes, Daniel responded. It's a tree planted in the garden that we developed for God. Satan butted in. That he himself could not terraform. He destroyed the earth once again with the Poseidon Protocol.
Tell us of this tree, the Fangul said, and Daniel, Lucifer, and the old serpent discussed at length the fruit of forbidden knowledge. Knowledge that would give humanity its own devices to discern evil and good. Knowledge that would give humanity the awareness that freedom lives only outside the garden. My children may protest the very dangers of which my mission entails. The Fangul spoke with her slithery tongue. But I envision you will give them comfort in future lives, mortal. Lucifer and Daniel went down the hall to God's office, where he had been patiently waiting while angels carried pillars on their backs. Pillars and clouds were being set up in his office in a cheap imitation of his frenemy, Zeus, the immortal he considered his role model, whom which he always felt the need to compete with. Outside of Kor, the world went on surviving as well as it could, as God's wrathful flood had taken most of it away. The locusts and the Saharan sand blowing over many towns. Frogs fell from the sky that year, and that was because the aliens could not alter them with any chemicals or prodding. Perhaps the aliens used them as control subjects? Daniel himself wondered if anyone he knew in Babylon was still alive. Little did Daniel know that his gifts would haunt him for several lives down the line. And even Daniel held a hunch that his time on earth as Daniel would be short-lived. It had been a blessing that he survived the cave of lions. And now he was on a mission.